Other guys. Um, I kind of got to hold this microphone because my sound is just not coming out otherwise. So, but I wanted to come make this short video, and you know, we see so many of these F around and found out videos. I mean, they are absolutely everywhere. And um, you know, I want to start here. So, after Kamala Harris lost the election to Trump for whatever reason, whether we think it was they cheated and she lost, or just whatever. Doesn't matter. He's the president, and so we saw so many people get online and celebrate. They laughed, they mocked, they made songs, they made dances. Everybody, if you remember just a few months ago, were so happy. Just a few little months ago, they were so happy that Donald Trump won. Fast forward to all of the things that have transpired since. And now we see all of these FAFO videos. We see people getting on these platforms every day crying, these platforms every day saying they can't make it. Their business has shut down. I lost my SNAP. I lost my Medicaid. We see all these things. And, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes it is funny, the FAFO videos, and, there's somebody's, finally understanding and getting the message or whatever. But on the other hand, these are also people's lives. Like, this is real life happening to people. And when you look at it from that vantage point, it's not funny because it is people's lives. Um, anyway, after Kamala Harris lost, and we've seen all these things transpire from our government, um, we had a little bit of a spark of hope again, even when you don't live in Texas. So many people were rooting for Jasmine Crockett. Not because she's black, like so many people were thinking, oh, she black, black people want her to win. It wasn't that. It's because we see her record, we see how she advocates, and we know that she's going to fight for all people. And it's so sad that so many people in America can't see past skin color for whatever reason. They see skin color and literally vote against it. They don't even have a reason as to why. They really don't. Um, but people got up there again and they laughed and they mocked and they made videos and they talked about how ghetto Jasmine Crockett wasn't going to get Texas, and we don't want her, and all of these kind of things. It's just like, okay, fine. So again, black people were disappointed again, not because she didn't win because she was black, but again, because we knew she was going to fight for all people. So then there's that. Mhm. And so I think again, it's very hard for us black people because we have so much empathy. It's hard for us to just sit back and just watch anybody suffer. So, let's go to the South where we have them, uh, so many other states, so many of those southern states are trying to literally take away the black voice, the black vote, black representation, you know. Um, and again, you all might not take that serious, but believe me, it's only starting with the voting rights. I don't know if you guys understand how things work in America in a democracy where things are being done by vote. So when you start taking people's voice away from the vote, what else are they going to take away? But racism doesn't allow you to think that far ahead. You know, Black people have been the people that have suffered the most and the worst in this country. And yet people still don't believe us. And that's literally where we are. People don't believe us. They don't believe our past. They don't believe our history. They don't believe when we tell them that this is going to happen to you also, you know. Um anyway, you know, what I see when I look at the protests that's going on in the South, particularly with us trying to fight against them taking away our rights, um, is I don't see enough minorities out there. I don't see, it's America has a horrible, horrible problem in that most people don't care until it happens to them. And again, this is exactly what I'm seeing. I'm not, I'm seeing Black people because we know that's who it's primarily, um, they're trying to take away our voice. But again, they're not understanding that when our voice gets taken away, everybody else's voice is going to get taken away. And people haven't learned that yet. And so basically, I'm not seeing enough people out there. I'm not seeing enough immigrants out there. I'm not seeing enough brown people out there in the South crying out about them trying to take away not only the Black voice, but your voice too. And I think it's kind of racism is such a horrible problem in America because it makes you think that racism is only directed at Black people, which is a horrible and very misleading problem because what again they don't realize is that when they come for us, they're coming for all. We're the biggest block to things happening to other people. Historically, we have been the biggest block to things happening to other communities. When Black people get the rights, we get the rights for everybody. Everybody benefits, even though we don't necessarily be out there trying to fight for everybody. We're trying to protect ourselves a lot of the times, but because so many people ride on our coattail and have been riding on our coattail throughout history, it gives them benefits as well. But again, the problem I keep seeing is there's way too many brown people against us. There's way too many brown people against us when literally it affects you too. The major group of people in America who live the closest to Black people and Black communities are Hispanic people. It just is what it is. And these are that is the biggest community that continues to vote against us and then get online and laugh and say, "Oh, well, we're not gonna vote for her. She too ghetto and whatever. I hate Black people. Oh, I just can't tell you how bad. I just hate Black people. And if I get a call, then I'm gonna arrest Black people." We know what that was. We know that was Ashley Gonzalez who hates Black people so horribly. And so people are just not understanding the ramifications of voting against Black people and how it's going to affect them. And that's my whole point. of talking about these FAFO videos. Black people in this country know how to suffer. Or sadly, we know how to suffer. We know how to go without. We know how to not have. We know how to wear it out until we get it. Most other communities don't know how to do that. That's why they're suffering. That's why with their little bit of money, they can't make food stretch and so forth. We've been made to suffer. We've been made to do without. We've been made to live in poverty for centuries and decades. So yeah, we do know how to survive in it. That's not what we want, but it's what we've had to do because we didn't have a choice. Now other people are getting into bad situations financially, just financially. Black people went through all kinds of suffering for centuries. And most people were okay with that. Most people were okay with that. That's a harsh, hard truth, but it's the truth. Most people were okay with that. And so, you know, now that it's hitting everyone, now that farmers are feeling it and, immigrants are feeling it and, all these things that's going on with ICE right now, it's still going on. Just because they've taken it out of the news after these two murders in Minneapolis, it's still going on. They're just keeping it under wraps, because it was getting too hot. They're still doing it. And again, it's amazing to me that I still don't see enough Hispanic, Latin American people, whatever. I don't see enough of them as a group going out in droves to protest ICE, to speak against ICE. I don't even see the videos really. And maybe I'm in the wrong part of social media. I don't really see the videos of them coming against white people. I don't see videos against them about them coming against Trump, his policies, all the stuff that's going on, these ICE detention centers. I see advocacy groups and I see a lot of um, people who are being like their family members are in there, like it's personally affecting them. But in droves, I don't see the Hispanic community out there fighting at these detention centers and so forth. And again, if it's happening, forgive me, but I do see a lot of black people. I do see again us out in the South marching and having to go through this garbage again. Um, it's good that we know what to do, but it's sad that we got to do it, in my opinion. And I'm gonna say it again. I don't see enough people with us. I don't see enough people. I don't see the Haitians in droves. In their groups. I don't see the Somalians out there protesting and holding up signs and everything. You only seem to see these communities when it personally affects their communities, when they haven't understood yet that when it affects one of us, it affects all of us. We haven't gotten that yet. And we still see people crying and people mocking other communities online about their suffering, but yet you still are not out there. You still aren't coming out in droves and organizing and trying to stand up for people. Where it's just not happening. So, you know, you guys let me know what you think. That's pretty much the gist of this video. I it's not funny when people have to F around and find out, on a mass level, it's not funny because again, it's people's lives. People are hurting. And so that was really the whole context of this video, that you guys are still again waiting on black people to fix it for everybody. When America again, along with Argentina, and I think it was somebody else, probably Israel, yeah, just all voted again that black people don't need no reparations. The majority of Americans, if we had a reparations vote, would vote against black people receiving reparations for all of the centuries of our suffering and ongoing suffering. They're literally taking us backwards, but not enough people care. But yet, y'all want black people to care and to fight and raise our voices and all these, because when we get it done, it's gonna benefit you. You know that. And it's sad and it's pathetic and it's sad that America has to go through this punishment because people aren't getting it. People don't care. People don't have no empathy. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Um, Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And until the next video, see you next time.